So this man said that he found this Tesla card right in front of David's house this morning.
The walls are closing in. Whispers echo through the cracks, and every trace, every careless mistake, every silent clue is pointing straight at David, as if he's the one who pulled the trigger of fate. Then came the twist nobody saw coming, a Tesla key mysteriously turning up right outside his doorstep. From that moment, the energy shifted. Investigators claim the details tied to that key don't just add to the puzzle. They flip the entire story upside down. Here's the breakdown, the bombshell that shook everything. On September 27, 2025, the internet erupted when a single Reddit post sent shockwaves tearing through true crime communities across the globe. What began as a casual stroll to a Hollywood Hills residence spiraled into one of the most viral, bone-chilling revelations in recent memory, possibly unlocking a vital piece of evidence in one of the darkest sagas involving a rising music sensation and the devastating death of a teenage girl. According to the post, a self-proclaimed amateur sleuth visited David's Hollywood Hills home and stumbled upon something impossible to ignore: a Tesla key card, wedged in the gutter, half buried under dead leaves right by the front entrance.
This Redditor actually went to the property and claims to have found his Tesla key on the floor, on the street amongst the weeds, basically in the gutter. Very, very bizarre, right next to
The revelation, captured with time-stamped photos at 8:15 a.m., ignited a wildfire of speculation that soon engulfed headlines and social media feeds across the world. But to truly grasp the weight of the shocking find, we must go deeper into the nightmare of a case that has rattled the music industry to its very core. Because this isn't just about a misplaced car key. It's about the tragic death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez and the mounting evidence circling one of music's brightest rising stars. David Anthony Burke, known simply as David, seemed untouchable. A 20-year-old singer-songwriter from Los Angeles, he exploded onto the scene in 2022, propelled by viral TikTok hits like Romantic Homicide and Here With Me. These tracks racked up hundreds of millions of streams, catapulting him into the spotlight. His brooding lo-fi R&B sound resonated with Gen Z, securing him record deals with Darkroom and Interscope Records. By 2025, David commanded over 5 million monthly listeners on Spotify and had built an intensely loyal following online. His music, an intoxicating blend of alternative R&B, indie, and lo-fi, spoke of heartbreak, relationships, and inner chaos. But behind the glossy facade of fame and fandom, a much darker reality was festering. And eventually, it would lead directly to that chilling discovery: a Tesla key, hidden in plain sight on a Hollywood street. The story, however, doesn't start with the key. It begins with a missing girl. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, just 15, vanished without a trace in April 2024. At the time, she was only 13 years old, living in Lake Elsinore, California. Her family described her as bright, ambitious, and full of promise, until the day she simply disappeared. For over a year, the case went cold, leaving her loved ones clinging desperately to fading hope. Then came the details that turned the case from tragic to chilling. Reports surfaced that Celeste had been in direct contact with David, their alleged interactions tracing back to when she was as young as 11. What began as innocent exchanges reportedly escalated into what many describe as a disturbing grooming relationship. The devastating weight of those allegations became horrifyingly real on September 8, 2025, when a shocking discovery was made. During a routine inspection at a Los Angeles impound lot, workers opened the front trunk of an impounded Tesla, registered to David, and stumbled upon a nightmare. Inside lay a severely decomposed body. The car, sporting Texas license plates, had been towed just 5 days earlier from the affluent Bird Street's neighborhood of Hollywood, where it had been mysteriously abandoned. What began as a mechanical check quickly spiraled into a homicide investigation after employees reported a foul, unmistakable odor leaking from the vehicle.
That the car had been abandoned on that street in the Hollywood Hills for at least 3 days before it was impounded. We've also spoken to neighbors in that area who said that there were people who had walked by the car and had noticed a bad odor, and that they kind of thought it was either a dead animal somewhere, either under the car or near the car.
The scene inside the trunk was more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. Investigators uncovered human remains, specifically a severed head and torso, crammed into a bag. The gruesome discovery confirmed the body had been brutally dismembered, its condition so advanced in decomposition that it painted a nightmarish picture of what had unfolded before it ever reached that impound lot.
They certainly had some of them because the police did say that she had this tattoo, which is very interesting, something we found out, but she had a tattoo on her right index finger that said the letters SHHH ...
The condition of the remains told its own chilling story. Trapped for days, perhaps even longer, inside the sweltering, airless front compartment of the Tesla, the victim's body had endured the unforgiving Los Angeles heat of September, accelerating decomposition to a gruesome degree. On September 17, 2025, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office officially confirmed the worst. The victim was identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The process was agonizingly difficult. Decomposition had stripped away much of the body's distinguishing features. Yet forensic specialists pressed on, piecing together the truth through meticulous dental record comparisons and a hauntingly personal clue: a distinctive shoe still clinging to her finger, a small but critical detail that would later deepen the link between victim and suspect.
The man said that he found this Tesla card right in front of David's house this morning. He said, "I live pretty close to David's place and I just wanted to go check out the area and ended up finding this Tesla key right in the gutter behind some leaves."
The letters HH scrawled in the evidence were unsettling enough, but what made the discovery even more chilling was where it unfolded. This wasn't a situation where David was caught red-handed or found hovering near the scene. The car had been quietly impounded, without his immediate knowledge, while he was reportedly out of state, performing on tour. Law enforcement sources stressed that David owns multiple vehicles, often shared within his inner circle, muddying the waters of responsibility. Yet the deeper investigators dug, the more disturbing the threads became, threads that seemed to bind the young musician to his alleged victim. One of the earliest sparks of speculation came from Celeste's mother, who told TMZ her daughter had been dating someone named David around the time she vanished in April 2024. The coincidence was impossible to ignore. Though authorities never confirmed a formal relationship at that point, the eerie parallels only intensified when another piece of physical evidence surfaced. Both David and Celeste bore identical tattoos, matching SH inked onto their right index fingers. Photographs circulated online, amplified by multiple outlets, fueling speculation that their connection was far more personal than anyone had realized. The timeline, too, raised unsettling questions. The Tesla was towed in early September 2025 after being abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. Forensic analysis suggested Celeste had died relatively recently, though decomposition blurred the specifics. This left investigators grappling with a critical gap: when exactly had the crime occurred, and who was responsible in that window of time? As the grisly revelations spread, public outrage ignited like wildfire. The fallout for David was swift and brutal. On September 17, 2025, major brands including Crocs and Hollister severed ties, scrubbing promotional campaigns that once showcased him. High-profile collaborators followed suit. Artist Kayuchis announced she was yanking their joint track from streaming services, a symbolic gesture of distancing. But the storm was only beginning. Each step of the investigation peeled back another disturbing layer of the alleged relationship between David and Celeste. And then came the discovery that flipped the entire case on its head: a Tesla key card, discarded in a gutter in the Hollywood Hills, just steps from David's residence. The moment was immortalized on the morning of September 27, 2025, at precisely 8:15 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, when a Redditor under the handle Throwaway Sleuth 42 stumbled upon the card. What began as nothing more than a casual visit to check out David's neighborhood spiraled into one of the most consequential breakthroughs in the investigation, a piece of evidence that could finally unlock the truth behind Celeste Rivas Hernandez's tragic death.